Hey guys, we are at Raj's house. You remember Raj?
Hello everyone.
If you don't remember Raj, check out some of my videos. He's on there with his Triumph motorcycle. So Raj has been on my channel many times. Raj, do you watch my videos?
Whenever I'm in them.
When you're in them.
Yes.
He only watches videos. So you're going to watch this one.
This one for sure.
Yeah, so
100%.
this as you see in the backdrop, you know what today's video is. You've seen the thumbnail and the title. Raj is a big avid music collector, especially long playing records or LPs or vinyl. What do you call them actually?
I think for the most part we call them vinyl now.
Vinyl. So
yeah.
vinyl is the
Vinyl,
word.
LPs. Yeah.
So as kids we would say LPs or records, but I also have a good collection, not half as good as Raj's, but I'll share that with you later maybe. So Raj, let's start with, when did you start collecting? How did all this begin?
Honestly, it's been a while. But I think it was sometime back, maybe in 2010.
Right.
So yeah, I think I was in Brooklyn. We were just browsing around, and there was this guy who he had a van, and he had like 2 crates with some records in them, and it was literally just $1 a piece. And for me, I saw the records, and I'm sure you understand how in India we used to collect music, right? And somehow, after coming here, you're always streaming and downloading music, and you don't really have a collection.
Yeah.
So the moment I saw that, it just took me back to my childhood. Yeah. So I ended up buying like a few records. I didn't even have a turntable.
Yeah.
And I think that was it. I mean, like I bought it, and it was probably back in 2010. So it's been 10 years now.
Yeah.
And so I bought my first turntable back then, and since then it's taken a life of its own, as you can see.
Yeah. So we are going to not waste time talking. We want to show you guys some of the equipment Raj has. So we'll start with the audio stuff and then move to the LPs.
Let me show you what this
is some heavy duty stuff.
So I want to give you a little bit of a disclaimer. This is obviously a little bit. It is high end, but it's not by no means does anyone need this much gear to actually play. Yeah. So this is a
actually I have an LP which was a LP player which is couple of $100 with some speakers. So yes, you can start very small like I have.
Yeah, 100%. So this has been a journey for me, as you know, like in the last 10 years. I started small, and as my interest grew, as my collection grew. So this is a turntable that was actually handmade in New Jersey. It's by a company called VPI. So this is the VPI Prime Signature. And actually when I turned 40, this was when I ordered the turntable as a birthday gift to myself.
Okay.
So you can see that it's so just one sort of like little trivia about this turntable actually weighs close to 100 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy.
So that's about 50 kilos. That's more than my daughter weighs.
So
I never thought it's so heavy. Yeah?
It is. It's very heavy. It's purpose built to soak up all the vibrations and everything. And it's a little high end, and as I said, like it
looks like some spacecraft. I mean, look at the details in this. Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not techno guy for turntables.
This is the platter in itself is a solid sort of like steel platter,
right?
And that in itself weighs about 25 pounds, which is about roughly 15 kgs. Mm-hmm. And this is a clamp which will, when you put the record on it, you put the record and then you kind of clamp it down so that the record is nicely coupled to the platter.
Yeah.
And this tone arm is actually very special. So if you notice, it wobbles a little bit. Mm-hmm. But the reason why it does that is it's actually sitting on a little tiny needle. So it's called a unipivot tone arm. It's a outboard motor over here. And this platter is basically a lot of some MDF along with another solid aluminum plate.
I could walk right in. Ooh, but it's so much harder than it sounds. I know it's close.
Martin Logan.
Yeah, you can see the name is right here.
Yeah.
In fact, one of the things you can see over here is like this has a very non-traditional tweeter.
Right.
So it has a ribbon tweeter. not a regular tweeter.
I like the finish. What this is mahogany? Or?
Yeah, so this is rosewood, as they
Rosewood,
call it.
yes,
Rosewood
yes.
finish. And yeah, I've had it for a few years.
If I just stand still.
So, I still have a very huge CD collection. So this is actually a Sony 608 ES CD player.
Okay.
This was a top of the line CD player that used to cost almost $3,000 back in
Wow.
the 90s. This is a preamplifier, but I'll turn it on and you can see something very special on top over here in case your camera can capture it. It's a tube based preamplifier, as it says over here. So this is actually by a company called Rogue Audio, which is based in Pennsylvania.
Okay. So what's the Magnum? That's the brand.
Yeah, Magnum is basically the line.
The line
of. So the Rogue Audio is the brand.
Rogue Audio.
Yeah, and so this is a vacuum tube based preamp, and then finally we have an amplifier which is the A23 by Parasound, which is a California company, and
Nice. This all looks so neat together, You've done a great job with the wiring also being hidden.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, and as you can see, these are some special speaker
Yeah,
cables. This is a butcher block, by the way.
Okay. So like a kitchen, what they use in the kitchen.
Yeah, so this is just a butcher block on which I keep this instead of putting it directly on it.
Right.
And it just kind
That's
of...
a great idea.
Yeah, it just gives a little bit of a nice look, I feel. And it also elevates the, the look a little bit and isolates the turntable a little bit.
So all this you bought when? How many years?
It's been over the years.
Right.
So just so that everyone knows, it's not like I went to the shop and just bought everything together.
You've done a lot of research.
Yeah, it's piece by piece over the years. I have friends in the audio business industry. There are people who I used to write for a audio blog, and I've reviewed a lot of speakers. If you remember, I reviewed a brand called Ryan.
Oh yes.
So through that, I've made some friends who made recommendations, and so that's why I put this system together over a few years. So
he's lucky, Raj doesn't have any kids as yet, so his whole kids room is his music room. So you're lucky, dude. You got your whole. Is this your office too?
Yeah, it's an office. I sit and work over here as well.
But mostly it's kept for his record. But it's quite big, and I like the color scheme and the lighting and
Thank you.
And what is awesome is the music system is against a window here, so it's nice and cozy.
And by the way, that is a photo that I took in New Zealand.
Oh, okay. You clicked this?
Yeah, it's an old Victoria that I took, and this was at an antique store.
So Raj displays a lot of his LPs, and this is the whole shelf with all the LPs here. How many do you have?
I think I would say last count it was close to about 3,000.
Okay.
So it's not that
3,000. I think I have about 200, but 3,000 is crazy.
Actually, it's very simple. I don't kind of try to make it very complicated. It's just by artist name.
Yeah.
So, for the most part, what I've done is all of this is pop and rock music. So basically, the stuff that we always listen to, what we've grown up listening to. This over here is a whole series which is by a company called Vinyl Moon, which is all compilations.
Okay.
Over here, we have a lot of jazz.
Right.
All of this is jazz.
All that's jazz down.
These are soundtracks.
Okay.
This is actually a bunch of stuff which I haven't opened yet.
Oh, all the new stuff is down there.
All of this over here is world music, so it has a lot of old Hindi records all the way back from 1930s and 40s.
Wow.
So it's because this is all inherited from my
Can we look at some, right?
Yeah, sure. These are from my.
Just a few.
My grandparents have kind of given me some of this stuff. So so these you can see a lot of the desi stuff.
Nice.
But these are very old Carnatic music. As you can see, M.S. Subbalakshmi, who is, if you have South Indian audience, they'll probably relate to it.
Wow.
Nadaswaram.
It's total classic.
Lot of, this is M. Balamurali Krishna, who is one of the greatest, artists. There's a lot of Tamil soundtracks.
Amazing.
So these are from my granddad, actually. So that's why, and I'm South Indian, so I have
these
a lot
are older than you, maybe.
Yeah, 100%. And then there's a lot.
That's the thing about records; they can be used for centuries. For decades. They can be used for decades together.
And then we have the Hindi stuff.
Wow.
You can see a lot of old Hindi music, as you can see.
This is much better than I used to buy it at Chor Bazaar. This is better.
And yeah, so a lot of.
And this is all the new stuff you said, right? The verb.
These are unopened, so I've just not
Okay.
had a chance to open a lot of these records, you know. But I'll tell you some of my favorite stuff, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so this is actually, this white crate is special. These are all my collectibles. When I say collectibles, these are very high value.
Right.
So you don't find them. I paid quite a bit of money
okay.
to buy some of these, and you won't really find them very easily.
Oh, okay.
So
Are
these
they all English or?
most of them are. Some of them are like just you know, things which I guess music I grew up with. So you don't necessarily find it easily. I'll try to find something. A lot of them are signed copies.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know. I'm actually.
They're
gonna-
like in mint condition.
Yeah. So do you remember this artist called Suzanne Vega?
Yeah. Luca.
Yeah.
The song.
My name is Luca.
Yeah.
Let me see if I
So
can.
Raj has this big collection, this box of all his high cost LPs.
So I'm gonna try
And
and.
while he looks for that, I'm just going to show you the stand here. So Raj is a photographer. He has some great cameras too.
So
Is that a real gramophone there?
it's not. It's
It's a showpiece.
It's a showpiece.
But it
yeah.
looks so cool.
Yeah, I just bought it like
Okay.
online. Suzanne Vega, if you remember,
Yeah.
one of her most popular songs, Tom's Diner.
Right.
Right.
Yes. Oh wow, she signed it.
Yep. So I have a few signed
So you
copies.
bought this or you met her and?
I met her. Actually,
Oh,
I went to her show in Philly. You know, the good thing about Philly, if you guys have been to Philly, is it's very intimate venues. So a lot of artists who come and play, you can actually meet them. So Suzanne Vega is someone I've been a fan of, and she was kind enough to actually sign my
Wow,
record.
that's a treasure.
Yeah, so I have a few different.
This
LPs
is Raj's
here.
dog here, Yuko.
Yeah, he's a little darling.
It's awesome.
I think apart from that, these are some new collectibles.
Won't wait forever, so just hear me out. It is not like I don't want you, just scared to try. Even if the odds are in my favor, I just need more time. So if you wait just a little bit longer.
These are all my box sets.
Oh wow.
So these are big collectibles. Like, so this one is Bruce Springsteen.
It's a thick box.
Yeah, so these are. I haven't even opened this, as you can see.
Yeah,
I don't want to right
Amazing,
now.
yeah.
But
Oh, you got the Doors too.
the Doors. This is the Infinite Collection.
Metallica.
This is a very special collection over here. I don't know if you have a lot of your viewers are Beatles fans.
Oh
but
yes.
This is a very, very rare collection that you cannot find
Yeah.
very easily, especially in the condition.
Amazing, dude.
So you can see it's got
So
like
there are
a
many
whole-
LPs in that.
Yeah,
Oh,
so there's
okay.
the whole catalog.
Oh wow.
And it comes with a little sort of like a flyer.
Nice.
So all the 14 original albums are in here.
Nice. Awesome, dude. I didn't even know you had so many box sets.
Yeah, so the box sets are something that I collect,
Yeah.
you know, because especially if they're rare, and these are something. So I guess, you know, once you get into these things, like
Yeah.
you end up spending a lot of
Right,
money
right,
and
right.
time. But if you are a hobbyist and if you really love collecting music, honestly,
Yeah.
it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Bit longer, I will treat you right. Treat you right.
So guys, Raj also has some cool headphones which he uses to listen when he doesn't want to play the speakers. What do you have, Raj?
So I have two different kinds, and I usually use these headphones more. So one is my Sennheiser HD650. It's pretty old, but you know, it's one of the most reliable,
That's
and
awesome.
it's been around forever. It's a normal sort of like the regular headphone.
Right.
This one is a slightly different, special one. This is a Hi-Fi Man HE4 XX. What's different about this headphone is like it's actually a planar magnetic headphone.
Wow.
So unlike these, which are like regular speakers, these have very thin diaphragms with tiny magnets that are spread across the entire surface of the diaphragm.
Oh wow!
So
they're quite heavy too, yeah.
they're heavy, yeah, because of the magnets, and but you know
Listen
what?
to your LPs on.
Yeah, so I have a headphone amplifier which I usually set on that little stool over there.
Is it wireless or these are wired?
No, these are wired.
Okay.
Audiophile
Yeah,
headphones
yeah,
are
yeah.
always wired.
That's
you never
true.
have, but yeah. So these very different sound quality on both of these, but both are really nice and fun to listen to. You know, obviously, when you have a big record collection, one of the things is a lot of people talk about like, hey, how do you keep your records in good shape?
Yeah.
You have to clean them,
Yes.
right? So I have this particular little device.
Oh wow!
I know it's a German company called AudioDesk. So this is a completely automatic ultrasonic record cleaner.
Wow.
So I wish I could have shown
Wash
you.
them, yeah.
Yeah. So you basically you fill this hole. It has a reservoir here which takes about 2 liters of water, and you know I have. So you use purified or distilled water. And that's all. You just put the water in there because it uses the ultrasound to kind of create the small bubbles, and there are these rollers which will kind of really circulate the water.
Nice.
And
So you don't
wash-
put sanitizer.
No, you don't have to put anything. You have to sanitize your hands before
yeah.
putting it.
So while sanitizing your hands, make sure you keep your records clean also by washing them. Okay, what we are going to do now is after the camera goes off, we're going to sit down and chill and listen to some of these LPs. So Raj, thanks so much, chef.
Of course.
And thanks for lunch. I mean, his wife cooked an amazing lunch. They're now gone down to walk the dog, so we thought let's make this video. So the house is quiet now. But thanks so much for inviting
My
us.
pleasure.
And
I'm
Raj
glad
has
you
a
guys-
beautiful house. You've seen his bikes, you've seen his record players. Thanks for joining us on the channel, Raj.
Of course, my
And
pleasure.
I will put a link to Raj's Instagram in the description. Guys, please go check out Raj. He's a great photographer, biker, everything.
Thanks,
All right.
Ryan. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Take
Please
care.
like, share, subscribe. Hope you like this video and this amazing LP collection that I shared. All right. Bye.
Yeah, bye.